Hello, viewers. The brain is the most vital organ in the body since it controls nearly every function and serves as the body's command center. Some foods are very good for our brains, while others are just bad news. Sometimes the things we eat can harm our brains, leading to problems like dementia, memory loss, and brain fog. Fortunately, we can still significantly improve our brain health by reducing the amount of these bad foods and drinks. Sugary drinks are one such example of a food that really needs to be avoided. Sugary drinks. If you regularly down bottles of Coke or Pepsi or any other sugar-laden beverage, it's time to start cutting back. Sugar not only increases the risk of diabetes and obesity, but it can also harm your brain cells. Excessive use of sugary drinks has been linked to type 2 diabetes, which raises the risk of Alzheimer's disease, according to studies. Research indicates that those with elevated blood sugar levels who do not have diabetes are at an increased risk of acquiring dementia. High fructose corn syrup, or HFCS, is a substance found in most sugary drinks that is worse than sugar and causes a number of issues. Research indicates that it may result in hypertension, obesity, diabetes, and vascular malfunction, all of which raise the risk of dementia that lasts a long time. It's advisable to find substitute drinks to satisfy your desires and reduce your intake of both sugar and high fructose corn syrup because both compounds have the potential to do more harm to the body than sugar. The next time you feel thirsty, consider sipping on some unsweetened beverages like iced tea, vegetable juice, or plain water. Also, avoid processed foods. Processed foods are heavy in calories and nearly devoid in nutrients. They are also packed with fat, sugar, and salt. These foods make you gain weight and have bad effects on your brain. Eating them frequently can lead to metabolic syndrome, damage brain tissue, and increase visceral fat around the organs, all of which are bad for the health of your brain. Processed foods contain unhealthy ingredients that can harm your brain and impair cognitive functions. Reduce sugar metabolism, which raises the risk of Alzheimer's disease by causing a decline in brain tissue. Processed foods have the potential to decrease the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a chemical that is present in the hippocampus and is linked to learning, long-term memory, and the growth of new brain cells. This decrease in BDNF production is undoubtedly bad for the brain. To restore brain health, try eating a Mediterranean diet and avoiding foods high in trans fats. Trans fats are unsaturated fats that are bad for both the body and the brain. Natural trans fats are not harmful, but industrial trans fats can have a negative impact on the brain. Artificial trans fats can be found in a variety of foods. Usually, these foods include hydrogenated vegetable oils, which are trans fats produced in factories. These lipids are linked to memory problems and cognitive decline. Alcohol is an addictive substance that is very prone to abuse if one is not careful. It affects your inhibitory neurons called GABA, which changes how your body functions by altering its metabolism, and how neurons in your brain interact with each other. Alcohol affects your brain even without chronic abuse. The next time you feel hungry, try to satisfy your craving with healthy fats like omega-3. These fats will help keep your body and brain healthy. While binge drinking seldom can be just as detrimental to the human brain, binge drinking often refers to consuming large amounts of alcohol in one sitting. This is because binge drinking alters our perception of many stimuli, such as emotional cues. Combining alcohol with energy drinks can lead to binge drinking, which can swiftly develop into chronic alcoholism. Aside from this, it may have immediate consequences like a rise in risky behavior like drunk driving. Teenagers who drink run the danger of suffering brain damage because alcohol alters the structure of their developing brain and interferes with normal development. Moderate alcohol consumption can reap the benefits of alcohol, such as reduction of the chance of acquiring diabetes, improvement of heart health, and an occasional attempt to abstain from binge drinking or alcohol misuse in order to maintain good physical health. Artificial sweeteners are highly detrimental to your artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners, such as aspartame, are designed to mimic the flavor of natural sugars in foods. It is primarily used by those who wish to replace sugar in the aim of losing weight or who have diabetes. Research indicates that consuming too much aspartame may raise the amount of oxidative stress in your brain, which can cause issues with emotions and learning. Despite all these research, artificially sweetened beverages can still lead to other illnesses like a stroke or dementia in people. Aspartame use in high doses over time made consumers more irritable and melancholy than those who did not. When used sparingly, aspartame is still regarded as a safe sweetener. Thus, the best course of action for consumers is to cut back on their intake or attempt to avoid it completely. Musique. Reduce your intake of refined carbohydrates. These processed carbs have a high glycemic index, which means your body will digest them rapidly and turn them into glucose. Research indicates that eating foods high in glycemic index can cause memory problems in both adults and children. Compared to those who did not consume high-fat and sugar foods, those who did had poorer recall. Individuals who derived over 50% of their daily energy requirements from processed carbs were at risk for dementia and mild cognitive impairment. Try eating full, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, and legumes to promote the health of your brain instead of consuming excessive amounts of processed carbs, which can have highly negative impacts on your brain. Soy sauce occasionally plays a villainous role. We frequently use soy sauce as a condiment. A little bit of it never hurts. But unless it's the low-sodium type, soy sauce is typically highly salted. Even a teaspoon can contain a significant quantity of salt. Consuming excessive amounts of salt can result in hypertension, which limits blood flow to the brain and can impair cognitive performance. Perplexity. Furthermore, eating too much salt can sometimes result in an electrolyte imbalance, which can damage brain function and cause dementia and Alzheimer's disease. When using soy sauce in cooking or as a food additive, try using the low-sodium kind. This will help you ingest less salt and enhance brain performance. Musique. Vegetable oils may cause memory loss. Many people view vegetable oils like sunflower, canola, or maize oil as healthy. Nevertheless, these oils are highly concentrated in omega-6 fatty acids, which are harmful to our systems when consumed in large quantities. Even the health benefits of omega-3 fatty acids can be countered by omega-6 fatty acids, and a large intake of these fatty acids can worsen cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. Increased brain inflammation from high omega-6 levels can lead to depression and other cognitive problems. Select a more beneficial oil, such as walnut, to assist raise your omega-3 levels, which have been shown to enhance brain function. Mercury has a deadly silence. Mercury is a heavy metal that is very harmful to humans, even in small amounts. The worst part is that mercury stays in your body for a very long time if it is ingested. Once inside, it quickly enters your system and spreads to many parts of your body, including your liver, kidneys, and brain. The central nervous system and its neurotransmitters are disrupted by mercury toxicity, which also triggers neurotoxins that harm developing brains in fetuses and early children. Don't miss out on these abundant sources of protein and other essential nutrients, but do be a little cautious about where you get your fish. Mercury poisoning damages the brain, causing developmental issues like cerebral palsy and other disorders. However, not all fish contain dangerous levels of mercury, and it's easy to stay off of it by just being a little mindful of the amount and type of fish you consume. It's recommended to stop eating fish that has been processed. Processed meats come from a variety of sources and have been altered to improve their flavor or preserve them. They may be salted, smoked, fermented, or treated in any other way. People who ate a lot of processed meat were more likely to develop dementia than people who did not. This could be attributed in part to the fact that processed meats are high in saturated fats, and diets high in saturated fats are known to be detrimental to brain health. Studies have shown that eating processed meats can increase an adult's risk of developing dementia. The next time, try anything prepared with lean meats or healthy fats to enhance the health of your brain rather than something made with processed meat, like a burger. Maintaining the health of our brains is crucial. Therefore, if you're consuming these foods, we strongly advise you to replace them with something better. Maintain your mind content and healthy. Let's continue the discussion with a few more brain-related facts. Are you aware of these 10 superfoods that are beneficial to your brain, or these 10 warning signals that a brain tumor may be present? To learn more about the human brain, click either one or both of them. If you consume any of these foods that are unhealthy for your brain, please let us know in the comments below.